I'm just glad to be living so free in my world, and I'm so young, and I realize this is like my last year of true innocence and freedom. So today I decided to go outside because I had to get out the house. Every time I'm every time I'm alone too much, I feel like I'm suffocating, and not in a good way, but also that's only like half the time, because today I couldn't just go outside in my backyard because it was rainy and ugly. But you know what, it's actually not really ugly. I'm outside at the park and I'm sitting in the grass, even if it's dirty, and I'm looking at the trees and I'm listening to the wind go through my hair, at my dirty hair. And the reason I'm recording this is because I just feel I constantly feel this loneliness that irks inside of me, that leeches onto me, that never leaves me, honestly, because I constantly kind of feel like this. Not constantly, because I do love my solitude. I love my alone time. I know how to be alone. I don't need someone to comfort me, if that's how you will say it, because I have so many hobbies to keep me from that, and to learn of my own needs and my values in myself. And even with all those hobbies that I realized during summer that I like rediscover, I always still feel so empty. And I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but it's not like this desperate need. I don't know how to put it in words, but I just feel this loneliness, that it's a different kind of loneliness, because gosh, I know I have such great people in my life, and I have my family, and I have my friends that are always going to be there for me, but I don't know, there's just like this emptiness that I still feel, this unsatisfactory that I feel from it, because it's not the thing that I crave. And what I crave is some person that will always is like emotionally connected, you know what I mean? But I'm so young to be thinking that, and there's so much hope, and I have so much hope for the future and who I will be in the future. But I'm just really glad to be outside, sitting on the grass, even if I said that how many times. And I don't give a care in the world if my legs are not shaved or my armpits not shaved, because who am I to be seeing? You know that song by SZA where she's like mentioning her hair? I forget what the line goes, but yeah, that's what it is. And I'm just proud of myself to be outside, that I walked here with my dog. I got up. So I'm telling you here, even with their smallest things, be proud of yourself, bro. Broski. Be proud that you got up today, even if you feel sluggish, even if you feel lazy. And look at my skin. I don't even know if I'll end up posting this, because it kind of feels just like rubbish, but I'm just at peace, I guess. And you know what I realized too? Peace is gonna be boring. You know, when people say you're at peace, but at what cost? What I learned is that peace is gonna be boring. It's gonna be so extremely, it's just gonna be boring, and that's okay. That's what it's about. And it's the same thing with love. When you love a person, it can get boring too, and you get kind of lost, and after that like honeymoon phase, I guess you could say. But peace is boring, and that's why you gotta learn about yourself, learn what things you love. And you know, I guess that comes easy to me because I've always known what I've always had these little hobbies. But even with those hobbies, it's still not fulfilling enough, I guess. But you can't always just be 100% happy.